Hi, have you ever felt so overwhelmed that you said something you didn't mean, or over explained, or just hit send to make the discomfort stop? If you've ever thought, why did I just react like that? This is for you. This is the first video of a four-part series on distress tolerance skills. So, distress tolerance is about getting through intense emotions without making things worse. These are the skills that help people endure anxiety provoking or even painful circumstances. Today, I'm giving you three tools that you can use to tolerate intense emotions or distressing situations. Use them to pause, regulate yourself, and choose wisely. So let's jump in. The first skill is called stop, where each letter stands for an action. So the S is for stop. You freeze your body just for 1 second. T, take a step back. Don't speak, don't text, don't even explain. Just breathe. O is observe. What's my urge here? What is going on in my body? And then P is proceed mindfully. This action is where you ask yourself, what is actually going to help me instead of harm? What's going to make the situation better? So this is where you're actually creating a gap between the trigger and your response. This is the difference maker. The next skill is called the 90-second hold. So basically, if you're familiar with urge surfing, this is a more structured version of that because you're limiting yourself to 60 to 90 seconds. So the idea is that when you have an anxiety provoking situation, it's typically going to last you 60 to 90 seconds if you don't feed it. This is based on research that says that when you're triggered, your emotions will spike, they'll peak, and then they'll dissipate. They'll fade away in about 60 to 90 seconds if you don't feed it. Now, this only refers to the chemical process that occurs in your brain, not the physical experience. So here's what you're going to do. You set a timer for 90 seconds, breathe in for 4, out for 6, and you tell yourself, this is uncomfortable, but it's not dangerous. I can tolerate this. This will pass. I just have to wait this out. Remember, the goal isn't to feel amazing. It's just to let the wave pass without letting it take over. And the third tool is pros and cons. With this tool, you're actually evaluating the pros and cons of acting on an impulse versus using coping skills. So you're literally saying, what are the pros and cons of acting on this impulse to black out or send a text right away, that angry text right away? And what are the pros and cons of pausing? What are the pros and cons of setting a boundary here? This actually brings your wise mind back online, where you're incorporating both the emotion and the reason in order to make a more balanced decision. Because your emotions are valid, but you don't want reason to be totally ignored and just kind of chilling in the background. So use both your emotion and your reason and make a more balanced decision. Then pick one step that matches your values, a boundary, a break, or a calm reply later. Remember, distress tolerance will not solve your problems. They merely help you tolerate the discomfort that comes with experiencing problems. And problems are a part of life. Always remember that you can do hard things. Choose the hard that results in a better payoff in the long run. Be sure to check out the other parts of this four-part video series. And until we meet again, remember to fill your cup first and then pour into others. If this message encouraged you, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. And of course, share it with someone who could use a little encouragement today. Hi, I'm Crystal Hawkins, a licensed professional counselor and licensed clinical alcohol and drug counselor. Thank you for listening.